Hello folks from the cadre, this is TJ, better known as Doc Holiday on the forums. Just wanted to let you know I got the PIF that I was graciously offered by KJ or Spider, the honeybee soap, and several of the Avon samples. I'm super stoked about those. I hadn't used any of the Avon products at all. Let's get on to the more important parts. Nurse Dave, as many of you know, is my buddy on the forum. You're all my buddies, but when we were at the other place, we were the brothers in Blade starting this journey kind of deal together stuff. He's been after me to do one of these shaving videos, so I figured I'd give it a shot. Tonight's hardware, we got the Sorrentino Paddock, I think is how you say that, cashmere brush. I don't know if you can see it all that well or not. You've seen it in pictures. This thing's awesome. We got my Fatboy, the GhostTown version with the same Persona Platinum blade I've been using. I'm gonna give this thing its full run and see how far it'll take me. The software for tonight is probably the best scent that I own. Opuntia, I think is how you say that. And I think it's cactus fruit or something like that. It's SV offering. It's gonna pair really awesome with some Creed Adventus, but it doesn't last very long on me, as we've discussed in other places of the forum. I'm gonna build a lather a little bit. The wife and the oldest child are at karate class tonight. Hopefully he'll be getting his promotion to be able to the sensei of the dojo there is a little different than any dojo I was ever affiliated with. You have to earn your gi and your white belt before you can wear a pair of gray pants and a white shirt. But so maybe he'll get that soon. My wife's already been promoted once after her gi and white belt, so she's a white belt green Q. It just means they put little fancy green stripes on her belt, and I don't really know what that means. The original basis of karate, what it meant when you were a black belt, at least in the karate that I studied as a when I was younger and some into my 20s, was Shorin Ryu, and the white belt was the belt you got when you started, of course. And what being a black belt meant was you'd been practicing karate long enough that your belt got dirty. That was the basis. Got a nice proto ladder, rubbed a little bit on my face. I'm not the hot towel type guy. Have tried it a few times and just did not seem to get as good a results from it. So we'll see. One day maybe I'll join the ranks of the folks that actually like it. Maybe, maybe not. Several of you don't use it. KJ doesn't use it. Dave doesn't do it. Zeno Dave does. He swears by it. He's got more experience with straights than probably anybody I know, or have been associated with to some form or fashion. And you know, there's got to be something to it for somebody. I almost got the lather where I want it. We'll get right into the shave. We'll talk about my work a little bit. I'm a parts manager at a tractor dealer. We sell Case IH products, and also we sell International Harvester, no, not International Harvester, used to be International Harvester many years ago. Navistar International Trucks as well. That's a separate division side of the company, so I don't have to mess with those very much. So I'm a parts jockey for tractors and farm equipment. In case you haven't wondered, in case you've been wondering, in North Carolina, August, September, October, November, and December, it's harvest season. August, we're doing tobacco. September, usually corn and peanuts. October, we get really ramped up into the cotton. That lasts generally through a good bit of November, and I'll be pulling some pretty significant on-call duties during that time period. December, it slows down a little bit and they start picking soybeans. Won't be any on calls, but still be significantly busier than most any other time of the year. January, February start slowing down to almost no business traffic at all for a little bit. And then March and April, they start planting, and some people here harvest wheat, so we get that business from the combines. Then we get into planting, and that's a fairly significantly busy time for me. And then we slack off May, June. They're still doing some planting. July's pretty slow month, and the beginning of this month is a pretty slow month. We get a little bit of inventory stuff done, management type deals, keeping up with stuff. Short of that, we pretty much have a good time at work. We're not having so much of a good time now because we're trying to do a physical count of the inventory and doing it one night a week, a little section here and a little section there until we get it done. It's going to take a little while to count all those parts. I really like this blade, and if you notice, I don't do the traditional 3 passes. My first pass is pretty much a standard with the grain pass. Pass number 2 for me is pretty much a hybrid against the grain pass, and then pass 3 will be again against the grain, or a hybrid modified version of the such. I really like this soap, the SV offerings. Some people have different experiences. It's in my elite corner for sure. Kind of like the rest of you guys that are college football fans, I'm glad it's football season again. It gives me and the oldest boy something to do. Watch on TV, his brother's TV. His brother's too, so I'm pretty familiar with all the new Disney Junior cartoons. What our kids do and don't get to watch is pretty much a left out to, if mommy and daddy ain't said you could watch it and we catch you watching it, your TV privileges are pretty much gone. My oldest boy likes to read a lot. His mom does too. She's a teacher. I read some. Started reading a book called 1776. It's a historical fiction based on what it was like to be with George Washington when he was in charge of the Army of the United States during the Revolutionary War. Hadn't got very far in it, but it's extremely, extremely interesting. It's a good book. Maybe I'll finish it soon. Well, folks, that's past 3. I am BBS for sure. And that's all for tonight's shade. Thanks, folks.